So let's see. Michael Douglas, Catherine Zeta-Jones, and Falling Down, and Traffic, and then Greg Fausty. Suitcase. Okay. I'll prove that you guys stole from me and Greg Faust, Bernardo Lacarni, Perlita, Dave, and your team, Joe, just with that premise alone. And so, Michael Douglas, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Hollywood celebrities, gather all your friends, gather all the friends, and as the supposed leader of whoever, like Tom Zerzin, Jim Riley, Joe Zillick, Terry Race, Bernard LaChance, DJ Dave, Perlita Quinwan, Elton Anderson, Don Wiley, Jim Hall, Bill Duvall, Country and Western, Karen Faust, Red Randy, Red Gordon, Harry 138, the 1961 Oyster Cracker Man, Biddy the Bet 4, Blue Boy Boxes, and the Elleries build their staircase. You will be able to prove once they get to the top. It'll probably be a while. Who are the ones who are the thieves? Who are the fakes? Simply by that premise alone. And they're, so let them build it up with the hillbillies and their lie again and their hackers out there. So get it to Oyster Cracker Man, get it to Bernard, Dave. So they're waiting as you meet here. So, yes, if I was the military, police, firefighters, doctors, CIA, FBI, and had to put up with some of you for so long, I'd do the same thing. Get NASA. See, remember, Bernard, you're dealing with three massive super brains. Apple, Google, Microsoft, there's other ones. Let's do Intel, IHS, Lockheed, and then there's a group of you marching around thinking you're so badass. Now, you have three super brains, if not more, rebuilding what was already built, because you, Bernard, and your obsession with Perlita and Dave seem to still think you're the leaders of the earth, but you had to Steve and steal and lie, GPS Robo Knight. So you can even run overseas, but I'll prove that that's all you've done, Robo Knight, and the group of you, is lied to people. Okay, with their stuff. So you guys look like crap now because you stole from either me or Haley too, the medical grade stuff, but the Schwartzes or the Biswicks or the Godfreys or the Kentiers, whoever, the Buellers, Joe. I'm teaching the boy, I want him to be the good minister's son again. But you're never good, Joe. You just want to use it for your sexual fantasy, just like they're using the red stuff for the sexual fantasy. Then, whatever, your group. It will prove your crime to get to the top. And so those people who are already waiting for you will be there to present, Joe, your failure. That's why you don't want the Carney Carve and all that stuff, Red Randy or El Cortez. It's going to prove you guys' obsession. And so Catherine Zeta-Jones, Michael Douglas, Greg Faust. Michael Douglas has suitcase, Greg Faust has suitcase. You take the work, public service, right? Okay? Falling Down. I want you people to watch those two movies, Traffic and Falling Down. And see, Joe, you and your team, Bernard, you changed Michael Douglas's streets. You changed Greg Faust's streets. Or you basically screwed with their children. You changed them. Oyster Cracker Man, Bitted Bat 4, Tomb Raider Boy, Comic Book Boy, the man who's running, Antilla Man running around with his, scared as shit. Because you guys are still covering up a murder and theft and sexual abuse, so he could try to claim another set of children that was never his. So guess what? With all of this, guys, it's going to prove who's the ones doing the kidnapping and the lying and the raping and the murdering to build their false eye, your false eye, Harry J. Race Cowboy. Understand, Joe, the group of you, Red Randy, Red Robo Rapist Knight, Red Gordon, Harry 138, why they marked you guys as red? Red Elton and the Negroes. There's a reason. Especially after natural disasters and stuff happen. Think there's maybe a problem beforehand? So Joe, they'll get there. But when you guys get there, because of your mockeries and jokes like McDonald's, Carvey, it shows what you do, Bernard. And Perlita, Joe, Indian Joe. And that's why you guys look crappy. Because you've done that for thousands of years. And so when you get there and they're rebuilding of the eye of the Google, that it's not theirs, it'll prove you guys are fakes, Joe, that you stole it in the first place from the Jews or the Jehovah's Witnesses, and you made up a big carny lie. Joe, truck driver Joe, I never wanted your dick in my ass, dude. Understand, Negro? Didn't want it there. Didn't want the cowboy country and western dick in there either. So your obsession, Joe, with that woman, Karen, and they've watched it, is going to be your demise. And then they get to prove who's the false messiahs. Those who pay attention to the lessons in the movies or in the schools or on the internet, and those who do not. Understand, Rebel Knight, doesn't matter where you go, no matter how much you hide it, you're a rapist, and you use the dial to do it, or a device to do it, or Starbucks to do it. That's your rapeless thing, Carney Bernard. And it's going to build, which, hey, Carney carved me. It looks like you guys tried to Carney carve Kim. See how it's doing that for you, Bernard? Thief. Did you go to Israel, Jerusalem, France, Belgium? Oh, Ellery's crappy story with this churchy boy over there. The proof that you guys placed in Perlita and Dave's blue spot spray paint. Yeah, they'll be there for you, Perlita and Dave, to prove something, present how you guys lied and deceived everybody the entire time with the false claim. So make your messiahs, Harry. But it was never supposed to be a Carney Red, and you guys put it down that way to cover up you're a murderer. Don't you get it, Joe? Truck driver Joe? So the heroes probably in the future are going to be your military branches, the police officers, firefighters, doctors, teachers, FBI, CIA, NSA, because guess what, ladies and gentlemen, they always had more information than most of you. That means Colin Powell, Joint Chiefs of Staff, the presidents, the Congress, the politicians that a lot of you made fun of in the red and fight, black, red, blue fight, they already know, Joe. So why not just do what they ask in the first place? Because some of them had you guys' best interest in mind. Instead of having a personal war about God with me, Joe, and making up a terrorist story so you could cover for the boy, Dave, who liked to play with airplanes and make them explode. Put a boy on an airplane. Oh, make it look like it was Tom. Oh, the NASA rocket ship. The dial. I think we found the terrorists that like to crash airplanes. And that'd be Dave, and Perlita, and the Rebel Knight, and the Oyster Cracker Man, and his completes, and his screwing with stuff, and Harry. Harry, are you jealous of Bruce Willis, Die Hard? Still that same thing? Oh, the Hollywood celebrities are dead. Hey, Harry, are you not sure that maybe after Joe screwed with NBC and the Blue, Jay Leno stuff, or Howard Stern stuff, that they, the group of them didn't just turn around with Hugh Hefner and a group of them and say, hey, Harry, you and Country and Western Joe Indian are dead. Understand, dude? Starting to get it when you guys want to run a deception that big? We'll find out, huh? Is that why Ellery went and killed people? Because he knew he was a fucking pedophile, homosexual rapist in the first place?